We've got some fantastic new merchandise, and I showed you the hat. Oh, here comes Andy. Sorry, just trying to sort things out. Here we go. So we've got, let's have a look. No. Sorry, just bear with us 1 second. Okay, I'm really sorry about this, guys. We will get this sorted very, very shortly.
I think that's your phone there, Andy.
Yeah, we need to just flip our camera. So, just bear with us a short time. You're actually getting a cracking view of the new hats. How are we doing, Andy?
You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Yeah. Yeah. I think what we're going to have to do
On what?
is just flip this camera back round. Oh. Okay, it's great, isn't it, technology when it works? Oh, here we go. We've got somebody else joining. Who's this? It's lovely to see you all from all these different parts of the world. It's fantastic to see Semperfli materials being used around the world. We're really, really proud of that. So, how are we doing, Andy?
I'm just waiting for this to come up. Right.
Okay. So anyway, I mentioned earlier, while we wait for these guys, about the other merchandise, and I'm really sorry. I sound like I'm on QVC, don't I? We've got these fantastic new flasks. And the nice thing is they're LED flasks. So it tells you how hot your drink is. So if you're at a show and it's a bit chilly, or if you're at the river on a fishing trip, you need one of these. They're absolutely fantastic. And of course you can look super cool wearing a new Semperfli cap too. These are available if you want from your dealers. Let us know, because
Okay, sorry to interrupt. I've got to go live with Semperfli. So,
oh right, we think these are moving.
We'll just see it now.
Let's hope
just hit
Paul
that.
gets to come on. Okay, is he there? Oh, it's Andy. There you go.
Did you accept it, Paul?
Yes, I have.
Okay, I think we're nearly there, guys. Just bear with us, because we've got some fantastic stuff to show you very soon. Excuse Andy as he walks around the room, flashing the ceiling at everybody.
He's going to come in with this camera.
So just bear with us for a while.
I think.
And I'll just say cheers to everybody. Well, me and Melvyn can anyway, can't we, Melvyn? So
We certainly can.
Cheers.
I can say cheers with both hands.
Yeah, absolutely. So I hope you've been following our posts on social media, because I've been sending out a few comments recently about some of our latest releases, because I actually think this year they're particularly exciting. They're particularly different. I think we've just lost Andy now.
Yeah.
Okay, Andy, I think we're going to have to just run with this. Here we go. Technology, isn't it great when it works? Hey, we rely on it so much, don't we?
Oh, it doesn't work.
Okay.
So, so me and Andy, I think we're now going to catch up. Here we go. Here we go. Won't be long. I promise. I said that about 10 times. Oh, look, there's Paul. There he is. Well done. Well done. We got there. Thank you, Andy. Are we good? Yeah, there we go. So, Paul, you just need to put that down now, otherwise we can't see
I know.
you.
I'm just looking for a port in there for something or other.
So the only person you can't see is Andy. So you want us to move, Andy?
You're going to have to come around here.
Right. Paul and Melvyn, can you just chat to the folks for a couple of minutes while we just move to set this up?
Melvyn, do you want to go first?
No, you go first.
Alright, sorry about that, folks. That'd be my fault. for the techno problems. I'm more of, that's not me handling the phone, by the way. It's a gremlin.
No, you swapped it out Bluetooth. Have you played with your headset?
I haven't touched anything, Andy.
Oh. Right, someone keep talking.
Melvyn, over to you, because I can't.
Okay, I'm just going to ask you guys, what have you been tying up lately? I know you've been busy both of you in the tying department. What have you been tying up?
You can't always nod at me, Melvyn.
No, well, what I normally tie up, but you know, I'm very excited about some of these new products. I'm really excited about the Semperfli.
Cheers, Hans.
I think this is a great product. I've not been excited about fly tying materials as much as I have this one time. In a lot of countries of the world now, seals fur is being banned. I understand that they've stopped importing it into Australia now, as well as America. And it's an excellent substitute. It pulls out, it behaves like baby seal's fur, nice to dub, and you get that glistery, light shedding effect in it, which I really love. It's what you want on a wet fly. We've also been tying today some dry flies with it, and found we're getting success with them being ginked up rather than not. It certainly needs ginking. It's a nylon type product which has got pretty high density, but if you gink it up, it seems to be okay. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that. Yeah. The K-Pock, also we've been playing with K-Pock. I've been putting it on butts on dry flies, the fluorescent K-Pock that is. So that'll be interesting when we get some fish to throw those flies at. And I've also been using
Can't hear because of an echo of who people are saying.
this material, okay, which is called
Body and rib.
Body and Rib. Yeah, Body and Rib. I prefer it if you take the centre core out. You can use it as body wrap. Yeah, lovely glinty material. Yeah, so tying grayling flies up with the pink stuff. So looking forward to fishing those.
Actually, it works quite well as a shellback as well, Melvyn. So when you take the
You know, I never thought about that. Not at all. Lead material, sticky back lead. That's great, lovely for nymphs. And the micro Fritz is absolutely fantastic. That will be, somebody should poke him in the eye. That will be a top seller, I'm absolutely sure. Nymphs, body for wet flies, it's great. Just micro Fritz that's just perfect, you know, for wet flies. And I'll tell you, I've been tying some dabblers up recently, and you don't need anything behind it to hold that wing up, because it leaves that a little bit of a bump, and up that cloak wing comes, which is just what you want in a dabbler. The more movement you can get in it, the better. So yeah, I'm very, very happy with that. Are you okay now, Paul?
I think I'm back in the real world just now, Mel. Yeah.
Right,
good cover job there. Well done.
Yeah, that's called flying by the seat of your pants.
Well, and people are saying
that most Yorkshiremen do, apparently.
This is quite true, Paul.
The
You're
sound
right.
is appearing to be a bit echoey for some people.
It is for me as well.
So we're just trying to see what we can do about that.
Okay.
If you can just hang on a minute.
Do you want us to? Yeah, I'm getting feedback on there as well.
Should be okay now.
That's better.
Yeah, that is better.
Just one person at a time talking.
over to Anne, I believe.
All right, and I appreciate everybody's patience very, very much and apologise. So is the sound a little bit better now for everybody? If you can just give us a thumbs up or a message, that would be appreciated. Okay, so the purpose of tonight is to go through some of our latest materials that we're very proud to have released. And what I'm going to do before we do that is I'm going to just introduce you to the guys that are here, the experts, the real experts on these. So the person I'm sharing this screen with is Andy. There he is. And Andy is, oh, thank you for the responses on the sound, guys. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. So Andy is our nutty professor. He is the guy that develops our products. He's the inventor and the creator behind all of these products. So, I'm also sharing the room with Mr. Paul Procter and Mr. Melvyn Wood, who are fantastic supporters of Semperfli. Based in the UK, they're part of the backbone of the British fly fishing and tying world. And we're very proud to be working with them and very proud to be calling them friends. So after a bit of a bumpy start, I'm just going to take a second and say cheers to everybody and we're going to get going. So, what I'd like to do is hand over to Andy because he's the real inventor and he's going to take you through the products one at a time. But what we have got is we've got Melvyn and Paul who can then give us the benefit of their advice of how they tie with these materials, how they fish them, etc. Just be kind to them because they too are enjoying a wee dram. So, Andy, over to you to showcase all your work.
Hi everyone. Sorry it was a bit bumpy at the start there, but just want to, how do we reverse screen on this? Turn the screen in. There it is, Right. Sorry everyone. Right. What I want to do is just take you through all the new materials. We've released a whole range. Some are extensions to the existing range. One of the products that I've always enjoyed playing with is the extreme string, and I'm doing quite a bit of predator fishing, so I've developed these, called this one Festive because I absolutely adore the red and green. For me, for pike, for the US and Canada, for the muskie, it is a really, really...
People say they can't hear you, Andy.
It's
That's a blessing. Sorry.
Right,
Stop
can you hear
that.
now?
Bad audio again, people are saying.
Sorry, Spot. Right, I've got the mic.
He's got his headset on.
Yeah, we've got the headset. We're doing everything else. Everyone's muted. We've asked them to keep quiet. This is good as we're going to get tonight. Any rate, great. So the first thing we did, we worked on the extreme string range. Because I do a lot of predator fishing, we extended the range with some stunning colours just for predators, for the pike, the muskies, which is something I particularly enjoy. So we've gone for the Festive, the red and green, pearl and chartreuse. So really nice product, something that works perfectly underneath, for example, the predator fibres. And one thing I always do and advise is certainly to use a toothbrush. Paul, Melvyn, you getting much predator side fishing in, or is it all trout?
Yeah, well, for me, Andy, obviously this material lends itself to the saltwater flies principally. But for me, the river fishing tends to be based around little tiny poncy nymphs and dry flies. I know that'll appeal to Melvyn, having just said that. I don't shy away from streamers, but principally this material is just fantastic for those saltwater patterns, bonefish flies, the shrimps, skinny shrimps in particular. You could argue again, I don't do a lot of salmon fishing. I nearly slipped into that horrible salmon, as the Scandis say there, which I know irritates a lot of folk in my neck of the woods. But again, it's so mobile, it'll lend itself to that style of time with obviously the traditional flies, but those patterns that we look to these days for salmon fishing. Melvyn, what about you?
Yeah. Streamers, small pike flies, they do, small flies that will do well on a canal for pike, yeah. Small pike, jack pike, nice stuff. And a great range of colours as well. I know where we are, the canals are pretty murky, and you need some nice fluorescence in it. Yeah, I quite like the product. Yeah,
it's always murky in Yorkshire, isn't it, Melvyn?
Not quite. Well, the sun really shines on the right.
Okay.
I've got some comments on here saying that the chartreuse would be particularly good for Atlantic salmon, actually.
Yeah, Robin, you're absolutely right.
Actually, he's just pressed a button there for Arctic char as well. It'd be fantastic.
Yeah. Oh, hello to our French distributor, Eurofly. It's nice to see you, Gail.
Hi, Gail. Good to see you. So, you can see here, this is actually on screen a fly tied by one of our Canadian tyers, Ryan. He's actually using Semperfli, which is a product we'll talk to you later about. It's using the Chartreuse Extreme string underneath, and it really does deserve brushing out. And you can see this just forms superb predators and predator flies. So let's move on to some of the other products that we've been working on. Last year I worked on Kapok. It was a product that really took a lot of work. Kapok has been used by a variety of people. I know, for example, Hans van Glinken had been getting it from Indonesia, but had get very limited quantities because it's very difficult to dye. Now, being a trout fisherman, I do a lot of trout fishing for natural brown. So Kapok as a floating material, I saw very much for the dry fly market. It's highly buoyant. It is used in life jackets in World War II. And I developed it in a whole range of natural colours. Of course, as fly tyers always do, the minute I released it, the pro team said, can we have it in hotspot colours? So what we've been doing is working with the dyeing team to do a range of fluoro Kapok. So here we have fluoro red, fluoro green, fluoro yellow, fluoro orange, fluoro pink, and of course the fluoro purple for flies like the purple haze. So this is a really, really neat addition to the colour range of flies we already have, fly tying materials we already have. And here you can see it on a variety of traditional flies and modern flies. So Paul, I mean, you've been messing with it, and you were playing with get it in different colours, in blends.
Yeah, well, first up, on the Kapok, Andy, for me, it's pretty much got the texture of mole's fur, which is fantastic for us guys who tie North Country flies, if you like. Certainly in the natural range, which I know Melvyn, yourself and I worked on diligently to get that nice selection of colours. What I've been doing, and again, Melvyn and I were talking earlier about fluorescence, where we use them, what we use them for. It was quite an interesting conversation because we use them for different things, and every day is a school day in that you learn something from your colleagues and peers. But what I like about it, Andy, is K-pop blends so easy that I can incorporate some of the fluorescing shades into the natural colour, and it just comes out with a fantastic sort of, when you put the UV light on it, it's just sensational. So that's a big plus for me. And yeah, we know it floats really, really well, but when it's compact, it makes nice little thoraxes on spider patterns and things like that. But as you know, I like all them sort of tactile sort of flies and things like that. I bet Melvyn's got something totally different to say on it.
Yeah, well, as Paul's alluded to, it does make a lovely tri-fly body. Yeah, it'll float forever. I've not tried blending it yet, but early days. I mainly put them in these fluorescent butts in my dry flies, particularly the green. On our rivers, a lot of green fly, and a little spot in the back there does the flies a world of good.
Can I just say hi to John and Katie DeMuth, who've just joined us. It's lovely to see you guys. They do a wonderful job for us on the Pro Team. It's nice to see you here. Thanks for joining in. And there was actually a question from somebody who was asking if they could become a distributor. If anybody's interested in a commercial arrangement with us, please pop through an email just to sales@semperfli.net, and we'll pick that up and have a chat with you. Thank you.
Right, jumping back. I mean, K-pop just is stunning. I looked at a variety of names for it. I stuck with K-pop. I got banned when I talked about using mice pubic hair because it is so fine. Sorry guys.
I've never looked at mice pubic hair, Andy. What are you doing?
I never wanted to, but
Anyway, stunning product, just an extension to the existing range. One of the things I do a lot of predator fishing, and it's something that I really enjoy. For me, the sight of a nice big pike coming up and hitting a fly is just out of this world. So what we did, we sat down, our classic wax thread had really stormed through the market. I wanted a thicker thread, slightly different profile to classic wax, because this is a lot tighter bond. Because with a predator thread, what you're trying to do is build up a head, or in fact, I know some of the guys use it for other purposes, which I'll leave them to talk about. But this is classic wax. It is exactly the same as the product that's already in the market. And what we've done is what we always do. We've put 120 yards, 109 metres on the spool, which compares to some of the others who only give 100 yards of material. So it's really good. It's 20% stronger, according to Global Fly Tire, than the equivalent uni thread. And it's in 21 stunning colours for predators. Whoops, he says dropping everything. It's available for in 21 colours. It's almost 40 ounce breaking strain, 1.1 kilo for a polyester. Jeez. So perfect when you're really pulling in deer hair, or you're looking at tying some big predator flies. Because I'm a sad techie geek, here you can see how tight the bonds on this material are. But most important, here's all the colours. We've done it in a range of fluoro colours, so we've got our fluoro green, fluoro orange, fluoro red, and we've got it in a range of salt and pike predator colours. So a 200 denier, very strong thread, perfect for my big fly type patterns when I'm going for predators. Although I know Melvyn, the minute I released it, you went and did something totally different with it.
Yeah. I tied up some buzzers, and I mean the speed that I tied them up was just what I want. Fill a box in no time. Yeah. Great.
Yeah. Paul?
Well, for me, Andy, certainly because, as you rightly say, it's bound that bit tighter in a round profile. You know, I'm a fan of taking tension off thread so it lies flat. The beauty about the 3/0 is, because of that bound, it's a lot stronger when it's in that state. Not only that, it's the ideal material for ribbing dry flies if you wanted that segmented effect. I mean, we start using wires, arguably we're compromising the floatability of the fly. However, with this thread, you still get the effect, and especially with the fluorescent colours, because earlier, again, going back to the conversation Melvyn and I were having about fluorescence, I tend to use them slightly different from Melvyn. I'm not saying in a more subtle way, but I like it for ribbing where it's just dumbed down a wee bit and sinks into the material, but you still get that little sort of halo of light around the fly. I mean, we need to remember, but they reckon, well, scientists, when they look at the eye of the trout, it's similar to our eyes in that it's made up of rods and cones. However, apparently, trout are more capable of seeing UV light than we are. So, for me, when you put a UV light on it when it's been ribbed, it just stands out. It gives it a halo effect. The other advantage as well, it doubles up because of its thickness. You can use it as breathers on buzzers. Just last week, Andy, I was tying some buzzers up. I think I sent some images over, and you know, it's fantastic for that. And then the bodies, Melvyn said he uses it for the body, but not only do I just wind the body, but in open turns come back up and you get a lovely ribbed effect as well. And the other thing we need to remember is you can use two shades of this, tie them down the shank, and then spin them together and wind up, and you just get this nice twisted body or abdomen that we generally see on some of the North Country flies, like the Dark Watcher or the Little Dark Watcher, for example.
I've got a comment from a dear friend, Jerry Lee, local and protein.
Hi, Jerry.
Hi, Jerry. He's actually said he's just played with this material, this thread, and he's been making detached woven bodies with it with superb effects.
Yeah, that's a great application for it, actually.
Yeah. And can I say hello to a few other people? We've got people joining from all over the world. I'm looking at our Facebook followers now because we're going out on numerous channels tonight. But we've got people from Slovenia. We've got people obviously in the States, Canada. Hi, Deb. Lovely Deb. Nova Scotia. Can I say a particular hello to Seiji in Japan? Nice to see you watching. It must be very, very late for you. Well done for staying up so late. The guys in Colombia as well. We've got a few people in Colombia. Actually, we've got some local guys just down the road in lovely York. And hi to Gary Barnes, who heads up Semperfli US distribution.
Yeah, big hi to Gary. Actually.
Yeah, big hi to Gary.
Cheers, Gary.
Yeah. And Philippa, lovely Philippa, another member of the pro team.
Hi, Philippa. How are you?
Kevin Sheridan, another member on the team. And Tori Vigo in Norway. Mark McClune. We've got a lot of followers here tonight. It's so lovely to see you all. Thank you for your patience with our bumpy start, but it's really great that we're able to crack on now and see you all. It's so nice. Thank you.
So 3/0 classic wax, extension to products that have been really successful. I think it's really nice for me when I develop these type of materials. We've got a manufacturing team of some 20 staff now, and the machinery that we've invested in is really unique. We know no other companies using the type of machinery we developed. And what it means, most importantly, there's no bird's nests. So you can use your thread of classic wax or nano silk from beginning to end. It really is stunning material. I'm really pleased with the development of this. Looking forward to getting out on the saltwater early next year. So let's move to the next material. this one, I think Paul and Melvyn were mildly excited about. Certainly Melvyn.
Definitely Melvyn.
You know, it's just one of those materials when you look at it and you think, wow, this is it. Just that's going to do the business, and it does. And as a substitute for seals fur, it's excellent. It requires a little bit more, a little different handling. It's a longer staple, but all you need to do is just chop it down with your scissors a bit. I cut it into centimetre lengths, and then just ball it up, and then just dub it on as normal. And the colours that we have now and the colours that are coming out are going to be absolutely perfect for anything that you want to put seals fur in, and more with a longer staple.
I mean, one of the very interesting things, Melvyn, we have a fly jam event every year where we have 60 to 80 of our pro team online. They get the 90% product ready materials, and this was one where I'd been working with Melvyn. We'd been looking at the colours of seals fur for wet flies. Melvyn helped massively in development of the colour range, matching some of the Donegal blues, for example, the medium clarets, some of the wet flies colours that are perfect in Ireland. However, as a seal fur substitute, seals fur, you're only talking of a 1/2 inch to 3/4 inch staple, and I was actually unsure how we should release this material. So we sent it out to our pro team in our dubbing boxes where they have 3-inch long staples, and it was an interesting challenge and a real chat, because obviously you can cut this down to 1/2 inch, 3/4 inch really easy, but because you've got that look of seals fur on a 3-inch staple, you can actually use it for really long bodies on streamers, and that makes it quite unique as a look and feel of seal fur, and you've got that lovely translucent glister, but you can actually use it on quite long flies.
Can I just say, there's a few more people saying hello right while you're just flicking through that. Hi to my buddy Andrew Sowerby, my partner in crime. Andrew works alongside me, which is just a joy. But actually, we have some of our lovely clients on board. We have Stephen Morris from Wales. We have Jarl from Norway. Again, Mr. Gary Barnes keeps popping up and saying hello as well. But it's lovely to see you all. But there's quite a few people from lovely Welsh Wales, which is very close to my heart, being Welsh myself. So hello to all my fellow Welsh people.
So the flies I'm showing you, you can see a mayfly done here by Melvyn. We've just passed through a few different flies from different parts of the world, and you can see the seal fur in use in what I call more traditional patterns. But because of the long staple, here you have in a streamer the benefits of a 3-inch long staple. So you've got that look and feel, that lovely translucence of seal fur in a long streamer. So really unique. And Melvyn, we can't thank you enough for your help in developing the colours. I'm glad we managed to stop you at 42 colours. The trouble was when we opened it to the pro team and discussed colours with, I think there were 63 pro tyres on, and each of them wanted 20 colours, and of course every 20 colours was different.
I think the connotation on that, Andy, is 250 colours.
If I could have stopped at 250 with the pro team, I'd have been delighted. But I say, lots of different flies you can see, lots of different uses of this material. This, I think, is going to be like K-pop. It's going to be something that really explodes and really is going to make a difference. So, anything else to add, guys?
I think you've covered it all, Andy.
Do you want to mention about the gink? Your experience of its floatability,
Yeah,
because that's quite important. But can you just speak up, Melvyn, please?
Yeah, sure. We were trying some dry flies without any floatant on them that were tied with the Semperfli, and they did sink, which is no surprise. It's a nylon type product, and nylon is quite dense. I was quite disappointed, and I blended it firstly with K-Pop, and it's a pain to blend with this K-Pop, so I disregarded that one. Then I put a foam underbody on, and that was too bulky. So I went back to the natural and just ginked it, and it floated like a cork. So we've got one in a glass that's been floating for about 4 hours now. So mind you, it's not in a big wave, but yeah, I was quite impressed by how well it did float when it was ginked up.
Yeah, and I mean, we're getting a variety of comments from guys that have already been playing in the pro team, for example. Alan Little, thanks Alan for your help here. You helped us working on the raw materials, and as you say, the longer fibre length means it can be used for wings, tails, good for streamer bodies. You can cut it down for dubbing and rip it off and dub that way. Gary Barnes is saying great for leech bodies, and I know that is big in both Canada and the States. Gary's suggesting twisting it with straggle string or dirty bug yarn.
We have a question from Lee about mixing it with other products like ice dub.
Yeah, I don't think it's a problem, as Melvyn was saying. I think in its raw state, the staple, the fibre length is too long. If you crop that down, it'll blend perfectly with materials like ice dub. I think the key thing with blending is whatever two materials you use, they're similar in fibre length before you start dubbing them.
Perhaps Andy, you could explain why it's been made with a longer length, because that was a conscious decision, wasn't it?
It was a hunch. One of the things I didn't want to do with the material was release the same material in different lengths. I don't know a fly tyer that doesn't have a pair of scissors or the ability just to rip the material into shorter lengths. So by releasing it in the longer fibre length, it means for our partners they've only got to stock one product. But most importantly, for fly tyres, you've got an even more versatile product. You can tie those leeches, you can tie the really long flies, or you can cut it down for the wet flies or nymphs. It's just far more versatile, you know. So that's the reason for that long fibre length.
Anne, can I just go back to Lee there regarding ice dub? Ice dub's quite a fractious sort of material in that it tears quite easily. So Lee, when you're actually dubbing it, rather than I've got a coffee grinder I actually bought from a car boot sale for the principal sum of £1, and it's
you
great.
can tell you're from country.
I know, second to Yorkshireman, and principally for dubbing, that's great for bulk. However, if ice dub sort of tears up quite easily, so if you're mixing it, just do it in your hand and turn it over like that with the Semperfli. You'll find you get the benefits from both materials then.
Yeah.
Okay, Alan's commented to that effect. It mixes great with ice dub, and he's posted some flies with both materials previously. So if you follow Alan Liddle, you'll see that. He's just saying, I'm just trying to read his entire message. If you overdub with a single strand or 2 or 3 strands of ice dub instead of blending it, it brushes out great without being overbearing. So thank you, Alan.
That was pretty good from Alan. He kept, because like me, he's a writer. He kept it brief. That was impressive, Alan.
Well, Lee has also said to go easy on the gin, though.
Yeah.
Why?
Lee, we're blending gin.
All in the name of science.
So next product that we developed is Micro Fritz. And this is different from straggle string and some of the other small fibred materials we have. This is a bonded core. Because we use a commercial dyeing system, it literally is 100% core dyed, and it comes with 6 meters, 6.5 yards on the spool. It's only 0.8 millimeter when flattened, but because I'm a geek, what I'd like to do is show you it actually against a size 16 hook here. So this is the material, and it's actually designed to be a mix of fibres pointing out and square strands, all wrapped around a single core. And this was a product I was very excited about this year, and certainly the reaction from the protein was unbelievable. And what we did when we developed this was look for a material that would give us the spikiness, but those single sheets would give us the light reflection and the solid chunks of colour. And the results are really, really superb. So these are ties that flies that the pro team have already been tying up with this. So stunning, absolutely stunning stimulator. And you can see, if you look here, you can see the upward buggy type fibres. This is another totally different use of this material. Paul Shirtliff has taken it and double folded and furled this as a body. So again, a very, very neat use of the material. Lindsay Simpson, I'm sure he'll have some videos out on this soon. You can see it with the beautiful pink on the hotspot and black.
People are saying they can't see the flies, that you're off screen on Facebook.
Oh, sorry, on Facebook. I will just, for Facebook, flip back. So here we have the stimulator. Here we have the double furled body. Here we have, and you can really see the square and spiky fibres on this nymph from Lindsay. And as with our protein, they do so many things with our materials. Roy Ole in Norway has taken some neat photos showing the material underwater, and you can really see that buggy look that 0.8 millimeter micro Fritz gives. And because we're working worldwide, we've got some really flies that excited me. So Tom Hare, he's out steelheading at the moment. Sorry, just move that. So
we're not steelheading, Melvyn. Yorkshire and not steelheading.
Because we've got Yorkshire and Lancashire pockets, yeah, they're about 6 feet long and hands that are 3 feet.
There's quite a few people saying that they've been looking for something just like this material, and they're really excited about it for all sorts of different flies people are commenting on.
Yeah, I mean, these are flies that I absolutely adore, micro eggs. Thanks, Tom. These have been ripped off and are ready to go for grayling down in the River Wharf over the next couple of weeks. Here we have a stunning nymph in the white, and you can see from Tim Camisa the real neat fibres here. It really does show up well. So as I say, I hope it's working okay on Instagram. We're having to
it is for me, because I can see that clearly. Because of Instagram's limitations, we're having to project from an iPad onto the screen. So
I love this material. It's what you've just seen, the applications on rivers, but the applications on small still waters is going to be unbelievable. I think Lindsay's already started on some, but not just that. I can see, well, I've been tying dabblers, mayflies ready for Ireland next year, and they will work most definitely. Yeah, so not just for rivers, but still waters, small still waters.
Stephen Morris, hi there, Stephen. Lovely to see you here. He said that this product looks fantastic in its profile, so he's pretty enjoying that. Oh, and hi, Stevie. Hi, Stevie. Lovely to see you.
Hey, Stevie Mum, good to see you.
Mona, me old tatty.
The top of the morning.
No, it's evening time.
The top of the evening doesn't
Yeah.
sound right. Looking forward to the crack, Steve. So, you've thrown me completely. Just a couple more flies. You can see it in thorax here, really helping to make those fibres stand up. But it doesn't have to be novel new flies. Here we have it in a simple golden olive pheasant tail, and you can see the sort of profile that it makes. Nice wet fly from Melvyn.
Hi, Tim. Tim Camisa's just joined.
Hello, Tim. And here's a fly. Okay, I'm sad at times, but I absolutely adore chironomid and buzzer fishing. To me, it's a real test for fishermen, and actually, a lot of people really underestimate the value of.
I think Facebook people are struggling to see the flies again. I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry, guys, on Facebook. So here it is as.
Sorry, Deb.
Sorry, Deb. Sorry, guys.
Sorry, Roy Ole.
Yeah, I'll just flick through. Here it is on the thorax. Simple golden pheasant tail, but Melvyn as well.
The other thing with it, Andy, again, as people are probably gathering, I kind of packed miniature case caddies as well.
Yeah.
We've used straggle string, or I have, case caddies in the past, but this one just so compact, and you can be so meticulous and precise with forming that taper on the case caddy, so it's really good.
Yeah, it's another. What I love about Fly Jam, I get excited over the materials, but that's me. You know, I love it when we come out to the protein and the guys start playing and showing how it can really get used. So, Gel Core Micro Fritz, I think, will be another exciting product this year. Available in 18 different colours.
Yeah, ginger it.
So, yeah, just checking. Next product is a product called Body and Rib. So body-n-rib. And this was a material I designed, I thought, for less experienced tyers, so they could really simply tie it in at the tail of the hook, wind it around and create a body and rib in one go. And it's actually a core of polyester with a woven, twisted tinsel over the top, Iris tinsel. So if we look at it under a microscope, here you'll see it really is quite a unique profile. And we are dyeing the core of these in a whole range of different materials, in different colours. So you can see the sort of colours this thing comes on. Really vibrant, really, really neat. And yet again, I came out with a material I thought was for flies and bodies. And of course, what's the first thing that happens? Sontao takes it and ties up crystal meth flies, which are stunning egg pattern. And being where he is, of course, he's already been out and tested it. And I don't know if you can see the crystal meth fly in the bottom right-hand corner. On the little baby fish that Son caught this week. All tied using this material. So again, a material that I designed for body and ribs straight away got used for a variety of different uses. So Alan Little took it and immediately put it into worms, and you can see the difference this material will have with the iris wrapped around the core.
That's quite a nice concept, that, actually. Nice one, Al.
He's not a bad tire, is he? You know, he's all right.
Who told you that? How much gin have you given him tonight?
Too much.
Stunning tie. Michael Olsen in Denmark, using it as a detached body in the sedge emerger. Of course, as soon as it's a detached body, detached mayflies, you've straight away got a stunning and very different body effect for a fly. At least we had one tyre on the team, used it immediately the way I planned this to be tied, and that was as a body and rib. So here you can see Stephen Dallas in Scotland, stunning tie, and absolutely beautiful streamer here. That's going to catch fish. I want half a dozen of those, please. And that was the original concept behind body and rib, but straight away the team have pointed out lots and lots more uses. From Norway, Viggo has it as a caddis, and here we have it in the nitro caddis from Torre Viggo. So over to you guys.
Well, certainly Melvyn spoke about it before when we had technical issues, and yeah, certainly for me, what we're seeing there, I mean, extended bodies, taking a lighter to the open end and singeing it and tapering it is where I'm at. But equally, like I said to Melvyn, and again, we're all learning from each other. I actually take the core out of it and you use the sort of braided or woven skin and make shellbacks on shrimps, and it's absolutely sensational for that. The beauty about that is you've got your ply and you can actually gather it into a waist, so you get a taper on either end of it. Again, for thorax covers, ad-libbing now, I just thought of that one, but for thorax covers it'd be great, because you think we all, in the olden days, we used to use pheasant tail fibres, and the beauty is the single fibres, and when you take your thread round them, it gathers them up, and that allows you to give it that taper. So you know, it's, for me, the kind of style of fly tying I do, it's perfect for that.
Kevin, you just asked if it's available for sale in the UK. Yes, it is. It's just going out to dealers. Literally, it was released of our pro team, and once they agreed it was the right material, we have got that going out to dealers now.
There's another question on Instagram. Is it hollow inside?
Yeah, if you actually look, it's a polyester core with the rib tied over the top. So, in fact, Melvyn was doing the crystal egg flies, the crystal meth flies, and removing the core altogether. So you can remove the core or use it as it was originally developed with both materials.
I actually think some of our pro team were using the core as a byproduct as well.
Yeah. I like that a lot, being a Yorkshireman.
Second to Cumbrians.
Okay, there's a comment saying this chap is thinking about using sea trout snake flies as well.
Oh,
perfect.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
perfect.
absolutely.
Yeah, good suggestion there.
Good shout.
Yeah.
Right, next product. This was very straightforward. We haven't got any weighting products to add weight to flies. So we've gone with the traditional lead foil sheet. Very simple, 0.2 millimeters. We've put extra value. This is 120 millimeters by 50. so slightly larger than other companies on the market. And you can use it furled, furled. You can use it wrapped around the body. You can cut it to shape if you're, for example, doing shrimps, or you can layer it. So cut it to the size you want. Really straightforward, very, very simple product. But all of us as tyres need weighted products.
You've stolen the thunder a wee bit there, Andy. In that, the beauty about this is it's on a sheet, so you can cut it to the width you want it. That's the perfect thing. So I can go down to 18s, 20s, up to 16s and 12s. I'm getting it on one sheet. So that's the beauty. We've been crying out for this for a wee while.
Oliver Edwards will love it.
I tell you, with this much gin, can we stick to 2 0-size hooks tonight, please? So, very straightforward product there. Next product that we came out with. Obviously, one of the things that we really need to think about is lead in the environment. So we came out with a range of lead-free products because certainly in some countries, you know, lead is banned. And as fishermen, we need to be cognizant of the environment. So here we've come out with a lead-free wire, 60% the weight of a traditional lead wire. And what we've done, we've come out with it in a range of 6 colours. Sorry, 6 sizes.
Oh, can people see the pictures, Andy?
Oh, sorry guys. So here it is in on a spool, lead-free, available in 6 sizes. So do apologise to everyone that juggling too many systems here. But 6 sizes: 0.22, 0.3, 0.5, 0.7, 0.9 and 1.2 mil. Yes, 1.2 mil if you're doing those really big predator, big saltwater flies. You really want to get it down in the salt quickly. We've got a 1.2 mil lead-free wire product.
There's some really lovely comments from guys on Instagram. Thanks very much for your lovely comments about this. We are really excited about this.
Again, Paul, lead.
The beauty for me with this product, Andy, is I think we had this discussion at Fly Jam. Is it's labelled up in millimetres, which I subscribe to these days. I know it's not typically where we're from, we're feet and inches, but millimetres work for me because I work in that with tippet diameters. But I digress a wee bit. The overall beauty is it's available in so many sizes. That's great, from 0.25 right up to 1.2. You know, typically I can see 0.25 for my application. 0.3 is just perfect for those sort of small, delicate river nymphs that I want to get some weight onto. So it's perfect for that, absolutely.
It's a mixed product, Gary. Tin. It's a combination heavy alloy. I'll send you the exact specs for the US. The interesting comment, Paul, when you said about it being in millimetres. Obviously, selling all around the world, we've redesigned our spools, and particularly our spool labels, a couple of years ago. And if you look at our labels, on the left-hand side, it has the sizes in metric, so it tells you the number of metres of material on a spool, and it tells you the size in millimetres. On the right-hand side, it tells you the size in yards and the size in meters or points of imperial and metric. So the goal is that it doesn't matter where you are, you'll know in your terms what size the product is. So if you're used to an 80 or used to a 50 denier, you'll see it on our products. If you're used to inches, if you're used to millimetres, you see it.
That's a good point, Andy, and it appeals to both camps. But here's one for you. Why is it when I'm talking fly tying materials and tippets, I'm talking millimetres, but when I'm talking length of fish, it's in inches? What's that about?
Yeah, I'm not saying anything.
Yeah, I don't know. You know, it's just one of them.
Yeah, it's.
That's a left-hander for you.
Well, there you go.
Ambidextrous.
There you go.
Ambi something.
Amphibious.
So, next product that we've released are steel wires. Basically 0.2, 0.1, 0.2 and 0.3, or if you prefer 0.008, 0.004 and 0.012 inch. And obviously steel wires are absolutely intended for, we've done them in preparation for our move into the brush market, something we're working on our R&D at the moment. But stainless steel is perfect for bodies, for ribbing, especially if you're looking at stronger material than wires. You want something that's going to really tie some materials down, then stainless steel is the way to go. Or if you're tying up saltwater flies and you don't want them to tarnish. So a very, very straightforward product, used for brushes or used for ribbing or bodies. Over to you guys. I need a drink.
Melvyn, do you want to go first, or would you like me to go first?
I'll go first. Yeah, stainless steel, particularly in saltwater flies, yeah, it's just what you want. Particularly if you've got stainless steel hooks as well, you know, it's just not going to rot. With traditional wet flies, you wouldn't put it on a dry fly, but with traditional wets, why not? I can't see a problem with it. It stays bright. It's going to add that little bit of glint, which I personally love when the sun's shining. I love that little bit of glint. It just triggers your fish. Yeah, over to you, Paul. You can.
For me, certainly with the saltwater, I do a lot of saltwater fishing and you kind of hit the nail on the head in terms of saltwater hooks that they're stainless. So yeah, it's ideal for that. It's clearly going to make a very robust fly. What I like about it again is the application that it's available in 0.1, 0.2 and 0.3. So I can tell at an instance the sort of diameter I'm looking for. Again, we discussed earlier, Melvyn, letting out all our trade secrets. When you're dealing with copper wire, it's easy to fret off or worry off, as Yorkshiremen call it, that you can just twist it and it breaks off, or as we say, breaks off. And the thing is with this, just be careful, it's that blinking strong that you can't break it off. That's a plus point, but don't go using your expensive, delicate scissors to snip it off. Just get a sort of utilitarian pair of scissors and just clip that off.
Okay.
Can we just say hi to Shane, Pro Team member Shane. Thank you for your lovely comments, Shane, and thank you for all that you do for Semperfli on the Pro Team. Really like your feedback. Thank you.
And thank you, Gary, for your comments over garrote. I'm not sure who that's intended for.
Okay, we have a question. He said, you should name it stainless steel wire. First question I've come up with was, what if the steel is covered in some sort of plastic film to prevent it from corrosion? I can imagine people in shops asking the same question.
Stainless is tarnish.
It's stainless steel.
Steel, it won't tarnish.
This is already a stainless steel wire.
It is a stainless steel
Yes,
wire.
stainless
So.
I think on your
not tarnish.
slide, Andy, it said it didn't say the stainless bit, but it is a stainless steel.
Sorry guys, if we look at the labels on this product, it is a stainless steel wire. So actually on the product it says stainless wire. S steel, stainless steel. So it absolutely is a stainless. So it doesn't need plastic coating. It can be just used straight as it is to stop corrosion. As I say, I'm using it for dubbing brushes. The minute that we put it out, here's Melvyn using it for a rib on a delicate little fly. So perfect for your ribbing or for your brushes. So here you can see it just inside a brush.
I purposely tied it on a rusty hook for you to. You can see the difference.
You only use rusty hooks, Melvyn, don't you?
So we'll open it to questions shortly, and you can ask any of us any questions you like. Just to give you some idea of availability, classic wax thread is available in all 21 colours now. The fluoro K-pop is available now. It's already started shipping out to the States and other territories. Body and rib will be available in December. There are half a dozen colours already ready. We're just in the dye factory dyeing the rest at the moment. The same with the micro core gel Fritz. We have half a dozen colours already and the rest are coming out in December. Lead-free wire is again available now with the lead sheets. So they're available. Stainless steel wires available now. Semperfli, we have the natural dubbing collection, which is a set of 12 colours, very much along the lines of our natural dubbing colours. That's available now, along with all the individual colours. There's actually some 42 different colours, and they will be ready for mid-December. You'll see the Pro Time start using those and getting going. So let's pass it out and let's ask some questions and do some call outs.
I've got some couple of questions here already. Can I read them out? Okay. Sorry, because of our technical challenges, we're having to share this. Okay, so thank you, Robin, for your kind comment about the amazing line of new products. Glad that you're excited about them. The question about us considering the hook market, that's not our bag. There's some fantastic hook companies out there who do a grand job. Our expertise is materials, and that's what we do, and that's what we do best, and that's what we're going to stick at. We are happy to partner with some amazing hook companies around the world, and that's our main focus. Stick at what we know best. So if anybody's got any questions for Andy as R&D, or for Paul or Melvyn about any of the products and how they like to tie with them, feel free to ping us a message over here and I'll happily pass it on.
Question from Slovenia. Is stainless steel harder to work with? Does it bend?
Right, that's again, Melvyn and I discussed this earlier. It's not as malleable as copper wire. It will bend. For me personally, I don't know if Melvyn agrees, it's something we didn't discuss. I actually put it on a bobbin holder and use it like that. It is a little bit more springy. I'm not going to lie to you. If you take the tag end off the spool, it'll want to unwrap on you, unlike copper wire. But it is, if you put it in a bobbin holder, it is very, very manageable.
One of the keys, Paul, is when we redeveloped our bobbin, the spools about 4 or 5 years ago now, we developed them with the separate caps.
Yeah,
where
that's fantastic.
You can actually just push the cap on.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
what I do when I'm tying up is I'll either cut a length of material. I know you have difficulties with
That's
that.
wastage.
Yeah, I know. I
can see Melvyn laughing here. he knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah, a guy from Cumbria, a guy from Yorkshire. However, those caps mean that you can literally undo the material, trap it in the cap so that it's available to use straight away. and it won't fly off the spool, because certainly if you use a 0.3 mil steel, then it will unwind unless you've tracked the material.
Yeah, my point was, Andy, not about our spools. I totally agree. The capping system we have on them is absolutely fantastic in terms of sort of training or gathering your materials and making them behave. It's just that as a material, stainless is just that little bit more springy than copper wire.
Yeah, it certainly is. It's a very tough material, but on its plus point, if you put any forceps in on it to get it out of the fish, you ain't going to break it, that's for sure.
Okay.
So I've got to ask you guys, Paul and Melvyn, out of the 9 product ranges that we've just talked about and we've released this year, have you got a favourite?
Well, I can name Melvyn straight away. Semperfli, isn't it?
No, I have two.
Well, I have
Great
two.
favourites.
I have two. It's like that question, which one thing would you like? And you say, can I have two?
Okay, I'll let you have 2 favourites.
My 2 are 3-0 classic wax thread and the gel core Fritz, micro Fritz.
Good call.
And I would agree with you with the micro Fritz. I think it's terrific. And you called it as well, the Semperfli for me.
The thing that I particularly like about our Semperfli is that obviously these days you can't import or export the real seal's fur, and we do have to think about the environment, we do have to think about the natural world. So if we can provide a synthetic alternative to the very best of our abilities, then we will, that you can legally and easily access. So that's our goal, and we try and do it as ethically as possible. Okay, so I'm just checking if we've got any more queries. I'm just having a look here to see, because I'm looking on different channels.
Can I just ask, is Andy Sauby still there?
I believe so. I can't quite tell, but I think
Oh, well,
so.
if he is, well, Andy, if you're there, buddy, I'll contact you tomorrow. Read the colours of shades for Down Under.
That's brilliant. Thank you very much. But obviously, if anybody's got any queries after this, you are very welcome to send us a private message. Or, oh, yes, Andrew Salby is still on.
Oh, Jesus. Bless him. Bless his little cotton socks. Andy, I do not have your mobile number, I'm afraid. I thought I did. Spoke with Anne earlier. She'll sort of testify that. Let's speak tomorrow. Cheers, buddy.
If anybody's got any queries about accessing product or they need any help or guidance, if you want to send us a private message or email the office, which is sales@semperfli.net. Thank you for the comments on the other materials as well about the synthetic rabbit. That was a product that came out a little while ago now, but again, another very popular product within the range.
Brian White, yes.
Oh, Brian White?
Yeah.
Yes.
Are we looking at synthetic furs for salmon flies?
I know, it's possibly the Brian White, I know that. Salmon fisherman.
Well, Mr. White has posed a question about synthetic furs for salmon flies. I better put it back to the nutty professor.
Yes, Brian. It's one of the things I'm looking at. Certainly, I'm looking at some new products for February next year, and say brushes are the natural extension to our steel wires, with some more new synthetic winging materials. Gary Barnes, you really like Andy's t-shirt. I must admit it's stunning. Thank you very much for sending me it. Right, guys, is there anything else, or do we thank you all and go and get drunk? Because it's good fun doing this, but boy, it's a draw on the technical side.
Jesus, tell me about that.
I think we should.
Andy, big applause to you, Andy, because that was incredible to pull that together.
As an old lad, I didn't have any trouble with the technology.
No, well,
because
you didn't.
whippersnapper.
Well, I didn't have any issue with the technology. It was just the phone.
Okay, we have a question from Kevin. I'm just trying to see it. Andrew's asked us to check it. That one, is it? Here? Body rib. Yes. Is body rib available in the UK?
Yes, body rib is available in the UK. It's going out to dealers at this moment in time. So, Kevin, we sell all around the world, from Malaysia, Australia, New Zealand, through to Russia. You go to Farlow's in Russia, right through the States. We've got hundreds of dealers. So it will be available, and it will be available in dealers very, very quickly.
If anybody's got any queries about accessing any of these products, just send me or the sales team an email. There's a contact form on our website, and we can direct you to a partner in your area, or a partner that will be able to mail the goods out to you. Okay.
Thank you, everyone.
So thank you very much for everybody to your patience at the start. I've really enjoyed this evening. I have to say a very big thank you to Paul and Melvyn for travelling over.
Thank you, folks.
Thank you.
Good help.
You're very welcome.
They've given up a lot of time to help us organise this. Oh, a question about Ireland. We have many dealers in Ireland, and if you could just, what we'll do, if you could just send us a PM, we can give you a list of our Irish dealers there, okay? Because we've got quite a few in Ireland.
Alan Little, yes, we've actually got extra headsets and mics. The problem is we've had to fiddle this on the fly, because Instagram would only let 3 of us instead of all 4 of us online at the same time.
Why does Alan Little? Why does he bother us with such questions?
Trust us when we say
he likes to.
we worked extremely hard to set this up, and it was all working, it was all organised.
Antagonistic Scotsman that he is.
And we were all geared up with all our one thing Semperfli is good at is the techno basis of everything that we do. But little did we know that Instagram would not let us have 4 people on in this environment at any one time.
But it does normally.
Yeah, and it came up with only 3 were allowed. So I'm really, really sorry. It's been a bit awkward. Not what we hoped for. But anyway, we've tried to make the best of it, and we hope it's worked for you, and we really do appreciate your patience.
Call outs to Roy, to Stack.
Yeah, Stack. Nice one, Stack.
Steve, Philippa.
Yeah, Philippa, Steve.
Juan Carlos, great to see you.
Roy Ole.
Alan, thanks for the grief, and yeah, really good to see everyone. It's lovely. Thanks a lot, guys.
So PM us if you've got any more queries or you need help for accessing any of these materials. Andrew and I will be very, very happy to help you, as will Gary in the States and our other partners around the world. So thank you, everybody, for a fantastic evening. We're going to go and just chill out now for a little bit and recover from all of this, and I need to fill this glass up again.
Someday.
So, cheers, everybody.
Ciao.